My name is Aaron Weininger, and I'm a rabbinical student at the Jewish Theological Seminary. In May 2008, I participated in the first National Training Institute that Keshet put together in Atlanta, Georgia, and it gave me the tools to be able to create a fully inclusive community for GLBT Jews. I've been working with Keshet since the beginning of my time as a rabbinical student to develop new opportunities for the conservative movement to become more inclusive.
Keshet has trained hundreds of Jewish educators across the country. These educators return to their own communities with the tools to train their colleagues and peers. Together, we have helped over 20,000 educators and community members create safe, inclusive spaces for all of us.
I think Keshet is an organization that is doing incredible work, because without Keshet, I think that the schools and camps especially would be really lost.
In response to the spate of LGBT youth suicides, Keshet launched the Jewish Community Pledge. Signers vowed to speak up to end homophobic bullying in their communities.
Not only did BBYL work with the Coalition of Jewish Teen Leaders to sign on to the pledge and to promote other Jewish teens to sign the pledge, but we were so inspired by our work with Keshet that we actually had a gigantic rally at our international convention in February with nearly 800 Jewish teens in the greater Los Angeles area. And through Keshet's help, we were able to make that campaign an incredible experience.
Figure out if this was me, if there were other people out there, if anyone was Jewish and gay.
Sometimes people might not realize how hard it is to be openly gay and a teenager and Jewish. So I think just seeing what Shula went through can really teach them something and can really give them some empathy for people who might be in the same situation.
Hineni gave us a point of reference, a way to say, did you see Hineni? There are moments over and over again where you can choose as a parent to say, my daughter and her girlfriend, my son and his boyfriend or husband or wife, or not. And it's always wonderful, I think, to have role models and examples that you can point to where people very straightforwardly said exactly that. And it makes a difference. Little by little, drop by drop, it all adds up.
My path was different from Shula's, but I was also blessed as a kid to have adults who encouraged me to take risks and assume leadership.
The General Assembly is the largest formal gathering of Jews in the world, and it really represents kind of the core of the organized Jewish community. So for me, this was a sign that LGBT issues were no longer kind of flickering in and out of the Jewish communal radar screen, but were very much a part of the conversation, and it was a recognition that LGBT Jews needed to be a part of the conversation and that our issues needed to be part of the substance of the conversation.
Keshet is changing the conversation in the Jewish philanthropic world as well.
Keshet has taught us about what does it mean to be inclusive? Like, what does it really mean to be inclusive as a foundation? And it has reverberations in our work in DC and in Tulsa and in Israel in terms of how we interact with our constituents, how we interact with our grantees, and what we dream and hope for the Jewish world.
As part of Keshet's community building work, Keshet also helps build a vibrant and proud community for transgender and genderqueer Jews. In Massachusetts, we are leaders in an interfaith effort to pass a transgender equal rights bill.
So much of me makes sense in Keshet as a trans Jewish person. It's how I identify, and these are things I care about. So I want the communities that I'm a part of, that I care about, to also care about the things that make sense for my life and other people's lives.
Keshet hosts popular events in Boston and Denver that build community and strengthen identity.
So we met at the Schmoozer in 2003.
Laura and Rebecca met at one of these events.
First time I became aware that Keshet even existed, it was such a revelation to me because I felt like I had, the Jewish part of me was developed in a sense that I really felt connected to the Jewish community. I, at that point, wasn't really fully connected to the gay community, but when I found out just what Keshet was, it felt like, wow, this is really where the two worlds come together and where I really feel like these are my people.